What up, everybody? It is Saturday, probably, I don't know, 4:30, I guess. Actually Saturday. It's not Saturday, it's Sunday. Good God, it's Sunday, what, June 9th? I just want to show you some stuff I got at BJ's that I'm kind of happy with. This is some breakfast blend coffee pods I got from them. I don't know if you can see that coffee right there, but you can't see it, but that's okay. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like my coffee to be not like crankcase oil, and that's not like crankcase oil. Also got these unsweetened applesauce, which is all this is just tastes just like ground apple. That's all it tastes like. And you know, you would think that people couldn't screw applesauce up, but some people put high fructose corn syrup in it, some people put sugar in it, some people put sucralose and aspartame in it, turn it into poison. That's some good applesauce. Now I wish I'd have brought that Ghirardelli out. I got some Ghirardelli chocolate chip cookie mix because some chefs on the internet said it was great. And I know Ghirardelli, and I know Ghirardelli is quality. It is quality. It's very good. But that was some of the most bitter chocolate chip cookies I ever made. And I don't like bitter chocolate chip cookies. I like chocolate chip cookies that are a little bit sweet. Now you can have bitter chocolate in it, but you should also mix sweet chocolate chips in it. So what I'm going to do, I got a big box. It came with 3 pouches. It's real simple. You just put a stick of butter in it, melted, and an egg. That's what the mix is. And then you cook it at 375 for like 10 minutes. You know, you put it in the, obviously on a sheet pan, you know, you measure it out, little puddles. But what I'm going to do is put brown sugar in it, probably about that much of a cup of brown sugar in it. And I might put 2 eggs in it instead of 1, and I might put about that much. I got some half and half, and I'll throw some half and half in it too, because it needs, for me, and also I'm going to go get some milk chocolate chips, and I'm going to put probably about that much again in the mix again. By that time, I should have just bought the damn Pillsbury one that you can buy at Walmart, because I always liked those chocolate chip cookies. And the whole point of this was I was going to go to Costco and join Costco to buy their chocolate chip cookies, but also to have, you know, access to Costco. But I'm a BJ's member. I've been a BJ's member for, 20 years. Off and on. And I actually have their credit card through Visa. And you do get money back on it, and I renewed that. I went yesterday to BJ's and I spent $450. That's where part of this came from. But this was good. The applesauce was good. This was good. The Ghirardelli, the box, and that's Ghirardelli brand. The Ghirardelli chocolate chip cookie mix was didn't hit the spot for me. Sorry, just didn't. I don't want to put regular sugar in it. And I got some Italian bread baguettes that you warm up in the oven. You put them in a 375 oven for 7 to 9 minutes, and they're supposed to get crispy and delicious. Well, they be turned into freaking white bread. It was just white bread. I'm like, come on, dudes. I know what bread, you know, listen. I'm a carbaholic. I've eaten bread my whole life. I ate bread in France with my dad when my dad was in the military in 1965. I will never forget the bread that we ate, the fresh bread we ate at the farmhouse that my mom and dad and my brothers and I stayed at, and the fresh butter that was on that bread. And people look at me like I'm stupid, and I don't care, because it was some of the best bread and butter I've ever eaten in my life. As a matter of fact, that bread and butter started a lifelong love of bread and butter. That's how good that was. And the French know how to make bread, and they know how to make butter, and it was delicious. Well, this bread was okay, but not for $6. It was 2 baguettes this big. But no, I'm not doing that again. And I've got some wheat bread. I got a wheat bread loaf in there, and I'm gonna warm that up, and that'll probably be a disappointment too. So BJ's bread products, you know, no thanks. I'll probably go find a bakery somewhere. One thing I did get at BJ's that I've been looking for is this right here. Now this is a little Bluetooth speaker from Autophagy Lansing. This was on sale. It was like $40, I think. I think it's originally $70 and they had it on sale for $40. So I said, well, screw it, I'll pick it up. Because what I need is something for my iPhone to boost through so that I can hear it. Because I listen to, all day long, I listen to WMAL in Washington, D.C. It's a conservative radio station. And I just, you know, listen to it to keep up with what's going on in the world. And sometimes I got to turn that shit off because sometimes they just keep pounding on the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I'm like, you know what, guys, you already said this 9,849,726 times in the last half hour you said this. And I'm tired of it. I don't hate any Democrat. I don't. Now, they're Democrat leaders who are doing what they're doing to America. You know, that's whatever you decide about that. All I can do is vote. Okay? I'm not going to no protests. I'm not going to no rallies. I'm not donating to no billionaires. You know? So, sorry, but all I can do is vote. Anyway, I listened to WMAL. It's pretty good. But I need something to be able to hear, you know? And this works pretty good because what I'm finding out about this right here is this also, and I think this is common with all of these Bluetooth speakers, you know, you can answer your phone through that. So that's going to be kind of cool. But for $40, and it's kind of heavy duty. Now the sound quality is kind of boomy, kind of bassy, but it's not going to shake the floor. It's not going to, you're not going to go, wow, this sounds great. But I can hear it, and that's what the important thing is. Plus, it seems like it's well built. And, you know, obviously most of this stuff's built in China, and you know you can go after a name brand, and you can get burned. You know, so I know Autophagy Lansing is a good name brand, but it's not the best name brand. I mean, the best name brand is Bose and some other ones, but you're going to pay for that. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to try this. We'll see what happens. So by the time I post this, we may be at 1,000 subscribers. And what I want to say about that is thank you. Thank you for coming in. But what is the channel about? Well, the channel's about trying to encourage people to exercise and take a hold of their health so they can stay away from the medical community and stay away from doctors and stay away from letting their health get turned into a nightmare. That's what it's about. It's about you hopefully being inspired to take care of your own health. That's my home tea. Anyway, thank you for everyone who's come in recently. It's just weird because in the last like 2 weeks, man, every time I log into YouTube, they give me another notification that somebody else has joined in. Thank you for joining in. You're going to be bored. I can guarantee you that. It's boring. It's not. I'm not gonna. There's not going to be any big titles on the videos. I'm not going after people. I'm not going to try to judge people. I'm just here living my life, doing my exercises, going to work, paying my bills, and when I screw up, I'll tell you I screwed up, and then maybe you can go, well, maybe I don't want to do what he did, you know? Well, let me show you some stuff I've been doing today because I wanted to get this stuff done. First off, I took my trailer out to the dump and took 2 loads of trash to the dump, and I took some of the brush that I had in the yard because I put 8 trees along the back of my property when I moved in here. I wanted to sort of make the place sort of a tree haven for me and my wife to come out in the summertime and just relax in the shade, and that was about the stupidest thing I could have done. I should have never done that because trees are a nightmare. And every tree you plant now that's about the size of your knee grows into a tree that's going to cost you $2,000 each to get rid of. Thank God it didn't cost me that much, but I should have spent the money to get rid of them because I'm still getting rid of the crap that the 8 trees on my back property created. I do want to say I really do like this little speaker. I used it today going up to Lowe's to get these boards I'm going to show you in a minute. I got one thing I would tell you about owning a home. I happen to live in a neighborhood that has a lot of yards that are not bordered by fences. And you would think that that's pretty cool. And it is kind of cool. I do like that. But for your own sanity, for God's sakes, if you buy a house, make sure it has a fence on it. And I gotta tell you, I hate chain link fences. I hate them with a passion. But chain link fences are the most economical way and long-lasting way to define the border of a property. They are the recognized way to border property, and they're worth it, every dollar of it. So if you buy a house, make sure it has a good chain link fence on it, and that the fence is actually on your property line. Well, in that vein, as you can see on, I don't know if you can see on the back side over here, I have this wood fence here. It's like a ranch fence, which I like the ranch fence. I didn't want to put a chain link fence in. I had a problem, not with this neighbor, but about 10 years ago I had a problem with the person who owned that house before. They were trying to steal my hookup. I've got 2 lots here, and they're trying to steal the hookup on my other lot. And they thought because that they work for the county that they could come in and steal my shit. Well, turned out they couldn't. And I took pictures of it, and I went to their boss, and suddenly they were digging all their pipes up out off my property, sealing my property up, putting hay on the holes they made, and trying to make nicey nice after I went to their boss with all the photo evidence of what the hell they were doing. So that's old history. But the bottom line is you should always mark your properties, the boundary lines. So I'm kind of in a mode now where I gotta finish it up, but I'm not gonna close my boundary line. I'm just gonna mark the corners. So I'm gonna put 2 spans where they're 8 foot, so 16 foot of fence going out one way, 16 foot of fence going out the other way, and same thing at the other corner, 16 foot, 16 foot. And then in the middle, I'm gonna put 16 foot there at the middle of the property where my corner of my 2 lots is, I'm going to put a center post and go out that way. So that's 16 foot, and in the front I do the same thing. And all it does is show people that, hey, this is where I live. This is mine, this is yours, let's live together, you know. I'm not going to close it in, so everybody can walk in and out, you know. But we respect each other's property. It's just that people need to know that that belongs to you, this belongs to me. Well, in that vein, what I did was, I went down and I bought 25 of these landscape timbers. Now, these are about $6.18 each at Lowe's when I buy them with my Lowe's card. They're 8 foot long, and what I'm going to do is, because I can't buy the wood fence I used to have, I'm going to take and I'm going to cut a notch in here, cut a notch in here, then I'm going to cut this out here, and that'll leave a tooth to go into a post. And some of these, I'm going to cut it 6.5 feet, and I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go in this side. I'm going to cut a groove with a hole saw bit, chisel it out, cut a groove with hole saw bit, chisel it out, and the posts, when I put them in, you can see how it's not round. See that? Well, that's kind of cool, because what I'll do is I'll make the post like this with the flat side out, and when I bring the post in, bring this in here, the spanner post that comes out, it'll be nice and flat. It'll look good, you know. The only problem with that is on a corner, say if I start with my post like this, I think I'm going to start with my post like this in the front, so I'll bring them out that way, but when I bring a post in here, this will be on the quote-unquote wrong side, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. It's a damn boundary line, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to, you know, rewrite the damn world here. If it bugs me enough, I'll go get some round posts. They got some round posts. I couldn't find them today, but I'm not going to worry about it too much anyway. And one of the weirdest things about those posts is some of the posts are bigger than other posts for some weird reason. So the bigger posts I'm going to take and use as corner posts. And I got 2 corners. I've already done 2 corners on my property. And I got 2 corners here, obviously, I'm going to do. I got some old posts that are round, and I might use them, but you know, it's brand new wood. I want to put brand new all together. You know, I want it to look new on the spans I put out. I already told my next door neighbor, I'm gonna take you loose from here and I'm gonna show you something. This is pretty cool. Let me flip the viewfinder around. This old house next door, if you could see this, used to be all busted up. It had not been painted or worked on in 20 years. Oh, actually 25 years. And in the last 2 weeks, a group of 10 Hispanic men came in here, 10 Hispanic craftsmen. And I'm telling you, brother, they blasted this place. It's absolutely gorgeous, the work they did. The house was bought for $200,000, and they came in and they worked on the inside, and on the outside here they just cut this tree out right here where this oil tank is. I'm sure they're going to get rid of that oil tank because they're probably going to put a heat pump in here. But look at this work. And they're not done. They're gonna knock a home run on this place. But it looks nice. It looks nice, and they've done a lot of great work. I couldn't be happier. I'm happy for the people. Look, I didn't see this. Guy came in today, he planted them bushes. It's just nice to have somebody who came in and bought the place and they're fixing it up. It looks nice. Every time I look across here, I smile. You know, it gives me something too to shoot for with my property, you know, with my house, because my stuff is long in the tooth. I gotta put a roof on this thing. But anyway, you know, when I win that lottery, but they're doing great work. I came out yesterday, or day before yesterday. I think it was day before yesterday. Yeah, it was Friday. They had everybody out here. It was lunchtime. And I want to do something nice for the guys. So I brought everybody out a Deer Park water, a cold Deer Park water. It was 10 of them. I brought them out 10 waters. I think it was 9 guys working out here. And one of the guys called me a punta as soon as I walked up, because he thought I was going to complain. Which, listen, man, I get it. You know, a lot of these guys, they've been in the country probably 6 months, and all they do is get grief. So I didn't hold it against him. I gave him a water, nice cold water, and I think he was kind of embarrassed because he didn't, you know, they're not used to that, you know, but that's what you do. You do something nice for somebody, you know. And I welcome everybody who's come here for this property. I've welcomed to the neighborhood because, you know, like I said, all I care about is that they're workers. That's all I give a shit about. I don't give a crap who you are. We had Muslim families come in. I didn't care about that. It would have been wonderful to have some people, you know, praying to Allah. I would have nothing to say to them about that, you know. But productive working people is all I cared about. And these are productive working people. So, anyway, like I said, it's been a pretty good day. I'm going to come in here and shower. I might make a mistake and go up here to a casino that's close, not the one that's 100 and some miles away. But it's been a good day. It's been productive. I feel pretty good. I will say one thing. Damn if Mr. DeLauer wasn't right about the eating thing after a fast, because you know, I was talking about, oh, I'm not going to eat carbohydrates, you know, and man, after I ate those 3 hamburger patties, and I got that bread from BJ's and stuff. Oh my God, I loaded. I carb loaded. So, you know, I mean, you live and learn, right? I feel pretty good now, though. Anyway, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, the channel exists to show you my workout that I do every day. I try to do it every day. I try to encourage people to not drink diet sodas at all, because most of them contain either aspartame or sucralose, and both aspartame and sucralose are poison. And it turns out, if you watch Dr. Sten Ekberg, or you watch Dr. Jim Nadez, or you watch this guy Thomas DeLauer, high fructose corn syrup is also a poison. I mean, they went away from sugar, which is glucose and fructose. You can use the glucose, you can't use the fructose. The fructose is stored in your liver. Fructose creates fatty liver. High fructose corn syrup is corn syrup that's had its fructose increased. They took out sugar and put poison in Coke. Now, listen, I like a Coke every now and then. I try to find one that's got sugar in it, but they don't issue those very often. But I got to tell you, I got to start trying to find sodas that are that don't have high fructose corn syrup in it. You won't find them in any eating place, like any 7-Eleven. You won't find them there because Pepsi and Coke both have used high fructose corn syrup, and almost all of the drink manufacturers use high fructose corn syrup. You've got to look for sugar, and you got to look on every bottle, because if you get one bottle of something and it's got sugar in it, you know, that's great, because this happened to me in Wawa. I got like a tea. I said, great, fantastic, and it had sugar in it. And then I look at the other one, another tea which is a different flavor, like it was like a iced tea, just regular iced tea, sweet. It had sugar in it. Oh, great. I went to another like lemonade and iced tea, and it had like freaking high fructose corn syrup in it. I'm like, oh, what the blank? So you gotta, for me, I gotta wear 2 pair of glasses because the shit is written so small I can't read it. So anyway, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. I'll try to do the best I can to not do anything to change the channel away from what it is. This is going to be boring, and if you want to be bored, come on in. And it should never change much from what you see here. I don't edit my videos because it just takes so much damn time. Honestly, YouTube is never going to be something I'm going to do for a living. I'm always going to keep a job. This is something I do because I really do believe in the workout. I do believe in, I just, listen, you don't have to use the battery powered cart at Walmart. You don't have to have a walker to get around. You don't have to have your legs cut off from having diabetes. You don't have to have your legs swell up and have to take Lasix. If you fast and you readjust your eating and you take care of yourself, most of these health ailments will go away. Fasting helps diabetics, but now you got to be real careful when you start your fast as a diabetic. You got to be real careful. And Dr. Jemnadez is spectacular at talking about how diabetics need to coordinate with the doctor and watch their insulin, because they've got their slow-acting insulin they can still take, but their fast-acting insulin, he says they're supposed to not take it. But he can't offer you one-on-one doctor advice over the YouTube channel. You've got to do that with your doctor. But fasting can save your life. And the medical community absolutely hates it. They hate it. It's the same thing with the carnivore diet. The carnivore diet, for people who have allergies to certain foods, the carnivore diet is a godsend. And both of these things, fasting and the carnivore diet, cost pharmaceutical companies billions of dollars, and they despise it. The drug companies are trying to steal the word autophagy. Autophagy is when you take a fast and your body actually goes inside of itself and starts breaking apart damage, and breaks apart proteins from damage and starts using it as fuel. It's one of the most magnificent things that God's ever put in our bodies. Autophagy is a natural occurring phenomenon. It has nothing to do with medicine. It has nothing to do with drugs. It has nothing to do with pills. But the drug manufacturers are saying, they've got a pillar advertising now, and they're saying the medical discovery of autophagy, the Nobel Prize medical discovery of autophagy. Now wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. You might have found out it happened, but you can't take any credit for it, drug companies, and you can't take any credit for it, medical community. Autophagy is a natural occurring phenomenon that God put inside our bodies. So if you're going to give anybody credit, I mean, you can either give it to God or you can give it to evolution, but y'all ain't got nothing to do with it. So autophagy is amazing, and autophagy can help save your life. With this certain thing that we just went through and this bizarre ass thing that we had put on inside of our bodies, I'm hoping that fasting will help my body chase down all this bizarre ass protein stuff that's in my body and eat that shit. So that's another thing. But the bottom line is stay healthy, you know? Try to stay healthy. And I want a motorcycle. God, I want a motorcycle so bad I can taste it. But I know how people drive. I know how they drive. Hell, I'm out here on the street. I'm no angel. But you think I want to sit at a light and let somebody that's playing on their phone run me over and shatter my back, and then I'm stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of my life? No, 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 no. You can hit the back of my Toyota Camry and total it, and I'll get out and I'll call my insurance company and go, hey, this person just hit me in the back. Let's work together and get me a new car while I go back to work the next day. So I might get an off-road motorcycle or a small on-road off-road motorcycle and drive locally, but even that's scary. But anyway, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. I rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled, and that's what you're going to get here, is a rambling old man. Hopefully a healthy rambling old man. One thing I do want to say is you're going to see me wearing long sleeve shirts in some of my videos, and the problem is my arms here. If you see my arms here, you see the white spots? That's where the sun, you know, people would call that sun poisoning. But that's just a warning to me that I need to watch out for the skin on my arms and also the skin on the top of my head. You know, I don't want to be right here. You don't want to get skin cancer up here, man, because there's not that much skin there. But anyway, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. I hope you're having a great Sunday. It's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That guy was pretty awesome. Mr. Rogers was pretty awesome. And he was homeless. He was harmless by choice. He wanted to be calm and reassuring. But he was a deeply religious man who cared about everyone he came in contact with. He was a great man, and we miss him. In any case, I'm not Mr. Rogers. I'm not harmless. I'm not harmless. You know, I also the Second Amendment does matter, and you should always be prepared. Get your concealed carry license, or by all means, please go get some pepper spray. Get your wife some pepper spray. Get your daughter some pepper spray. Get your son some pepper spray. Because a can of pepper spray can help save their life if somebody's trying to put their hands on them. And pepper spray you can spray on somebody and nobody can say, unlike a gun, no one can say, they were trying to kill me. No. All you do, you got to get this pepper spray, you got to train them with the pepper spray. Pepper spray has saved a lot of women's lives from getting raped. And it can save your kids from getting abducted. It can save you from getting attacked. I've seen it on YouTube where people have defended their lives in their cars because people have gotten out of their cars and they've been wackadoodle. And you know, it's a dangerous world out here, and you kind of, it's not, listen, the police absolutely can't be everywhere. And your behavior determines how much of a target you are. You have to see where you're at. You have to be in the right place almost every time. And if you're in a dangerous neighborhood, you know where the dangerous places are, and you don't go there. God bless you folks. I know some of you live in some dangerous places. I'm very blessed where I live at. We have a good law enforcement community. But more importantly than that, everybody around us is working. Everybody around us has something to lose. And everybody around us appreciates America and appreciates the law. And I mean, everyone around us is tolerant. I mean, I don't have any hate for anybody. As far as your property goes, your property is your property. It's not my property. I stay off of your stuff, and you stay off of mine. Anyway, well, we went all over the place, didn't we? I'm going to end this video and post it. It's probably cut in 2 damn videos, but I hope that what I put on the table there didn't scare you or didn't scare you away. But if it did, then I appreciate that. I understand that. Some people see that and they go, oh my God, and then, you know what? I get it. My hope is that I never, ever, ever, ever have to use it. But I have it if I need it. Yeah. I hesitate to talk about it because I can't give you any advice on that subject other than to say, well, I can't give you any advice on that subject because this is a public forum and anything I say can and will be used against me in a court of law. So suffice it to say, get trained. If you ever get a firearm, especially if you have children in your home, please get a locker, somewhere you can lock it up. And do not, I repeat, do not lock it up with your little baby in your hands like this, watching you put the combination lock in, because we had a lady who did that, who worked with us about 7 years ago, and her little boy watched her use the combination lock on the top of her firearms lock in her bedroom, and she put her pistol in it, loaded. I think it was probably a revolver. Anyway, the little kid watched her use the numbers on the keypad. He didn't remember the numbers. He remembered the pattern. And he repeated the pattern, unlocked the gun locker, got the gun out, and killed himself. He probably looked in the barrel and pulled the trigger, wondering what it was. And the little boy was dead. I can't imagine what that lady felt like. And I believe her husband was actually a police officer. In any case, on that depressing note, don't be depressed. Don't be depressed. It's a sunny day. Bad things are going to happen in life. And the reason I tell you that story is so that you understand that children are special and you got to protect them. And if you got arms in the house, you got to lock them up. And I tell you that story because children are smart. If you put something in there and you show them the pattern that you're putting into the keypad, they'll repeat that, and they may die, and you don't want that to happen. And that's what the channel is about. It's about helping people not go through mistakes. And the biggest mistake you can make is to get unhealthy, get injured, and then get even more unhealthy. So let's try to, what I'm trying to go for is 125 years of age, and it's crazy. That's crazy. People look at me like I'm stupid. I'm 64 now, so what, I got 61 more years? The good Lord is peeking through the tree right there. He's looking at me. Hi God, how you doing? And I want to be all the way up to the end. I want to be walking up straight. I want to be clear-minded. I want to be able to see. And I got to work on that a little bit because my eyes are a little bit wiggy right now. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. I want to be healthy all the way through it. And you know what? I see people in other countries, in Japan and China, and there people ride bicycles until they're 95, 100 years old. They walk down to the stream and they fish. They do their crafts. They do their knitting, you know. They're wonderful people. They smile at you. They know who you are. They can talk to you. They don't need to have drugs. They don't need to have a weekly trip to the doctor. They don't need anybody to help them get around because they can get around. And that's what I want to shoot for. And that's what I hope you shoot for too. Even, you know, one of the best things they ever did in this country was the Handicap Act. I think it was 1972, where they put in ramps and they did the doors and they did the parking spaces, because that is definitely needed. We definitely do have people who benefit from that. My wife benefited from it when she was sick. I benefited from it when I had to take my wife to the doctor, and we had to roll her inside of buildings, and they had the push button for the door to hold open, and I had her in a wheelchair. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing, but we want to live in a way that makes it where we don't have to use that, and where we can help others who do need to use that. Because there will always be people who unfortunately need to use it. And it's not because of what they did health-wise, it's because it's just going to happen. And if we're healthy, we can help them, you know. Anyway, we're going to hit that word again. Thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, the channel does not exist for hits or views. The channel exists to get out information, positive information, okay? And if I ever get into a negative state, or I ever start posting some real negative commentary or some real negative stuff, I'll just stop the channel, because there's enough negativity in the world already, you know? If I can't bring you something positive, I'll just turn the daggone camera off and you won't see me for, well, until I can post something positive, you know? Anyway, we've gone long, as we always do. I always run my mouth. I always say too much shit. So to Dan and Colby and Rosie and Peter and Jared and everybody, thank you. Thank you for coming in here. It's going to be fun to get old, and you're going to watch me get old, and you can pop in every now and then if you want a little bit of sanity, because the internet's a crazy place, but there ain't going to be no crazy here. I mean, more than me. I mean, you know, we're all a little bit crazy. Look, we're going to close the video out because it's already popped into two halves. I am a Christian. I do believe in God. But if you wanted to know what type of Christian, I was brought up as a Baptist. Currently, I have been invited to go to a, can't even remember, Jehovah's Witness church. They're wonderful people. Jehovah's Witness means Christ's witness, okay? Jehovah, God, Jesus Christ, Christ's witness. These people are wonderful people. I go there for a half an hour every Sunday, or every other Sunday, or whenever I get there. And we commune with God, we sing some songs, and it's nice to be around those people. That being said, I have nothing against any Muslims or Hindus or mathematical people or realists or evolutionaries or whatever. Satanic people, you know, we kind of got to delineate there a little bit, you know, but anyway. I just want people to be able to have a good life and be happy with each other and be safe and be free, you know. And most of all, you got to be healthy, because if you're not healthy, if you're unhealthy, man, life is just a nightmare. So please try to be healthy. Please understand that you're responsible for it. You can't take it for granted. The community, the food producers are really pumping a lot of poison at us, and they're doing it for money. So you got to be careful. Most manufactured foods are got poison in it. You almost got to make your own food these days. That dog is going nuts behind me. But anyway, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers, for the 19,426,000 time. We're gonna do the best we can with the channel as far as just keeping everything on the up and up. Number one, two things that will happen on this channel almost every day will be the workout. And if I find something that's pretty cool like this right here, I'll bring it to you. If I find something that I don't like, I'll also bring that to you too. But most of all, what I would like to say to you is that God has blessed me. He blessed me with my wife for 39 years. We went together for 7 years until she left me. Because she says, either you marry me or I'm gonna leave you. And I said soon for 7 years. Drove her crazy. So when are we gonna get married? Soon. When are we gonna get married? Soon. When are we gonna get married? Soon. After 7 years, she said, you know, soon ain't gonna cut it. So she left, and man, I was lost for about 3 weeks. I went down to her sister. I said, where's she at? I said, okay, honey, let's get married. And we got married, and we were together for 32 wonderful years. The last 10 years was a battle, because she had had a stroke, because her job sucked ass, and because she drank Diet Pepsi, and she ate potato chips, and she was a diabetic. And the end of her life came upon her because of 2 shots she got, because she couldn't see a doctor unless she had the 2 shots. And God was wonderful.